Hey, what's up, my friend? So, in today's episode, I want to talk about day trading for a living, what you must know. And the reason for this is that I see, right, traders getting lured into day trading because of the freedom it promises, right? The lifestyle, the fast cars, the babes, the trading by the beach, and yada yada. But to be honest, right, to me that's BS. Because that doesn't exist in reality. And in today's episode, I want to break down to you what it takes, right, to day trade for a living. Number one, you must have an edge in the markets. So oftentimes, right, when traders, they want to day trade for a living, is because they are sick and tired of their full-time job, right? They hate their boss, they hate their colleagues, they hate the politics, they hate everything. And they want to day trade for a living. At that point in time, they probably have experience, had a taste of trading, possibly on higher time frames, and they're not making money. But their mindset is, it doesn't matter, right? If I become a day trader, I have a better chance of success because, I have more trading opportunities because I can watch the markets longer, right? So I can, make more money. But no, it doesn't work that way, right? If you're not making money on a higher time frame, chances are if you go down to the lower time frame, you'll crash and burn even faster. An example is, let's say you're driving a car, a Toyota car at 70 kilometers per hour. If you can't master that Toyota car at 70 kilometers per hour, what makes you think you can drive a Ferrari at 300 kilometers per hour? You'll probably, suffer, right? You'll suffer a worse fate. You'll crash and burn at even a faster rate. So this is the same for trading. If you can't do well on the higher time frame, chances are when you come down to the lower time frame, you'll suffer a worse fate. Okay, so number one, you must have an edge in the markets, right? And having an edge in the markets does not stem from spending more time watching the markets, right? Your edge, right, comes from two things: your win rate and your risk to reward, right? Combine these two together, right? That will define your trading expectancy. Okay, and if you have a positive trading expectancy, then you have an edge in the markets, right? Similar to the coin toss example that we spoke about previously. Number two, transaction cost is a killer in day trading. Let me explain. Let's say every trade you put on, right, is $10. Buy sell is $10. Let's say you put on 100 trades a month. And 1 year, you have 12 months. So that is about $12,000 in transaction cost. Let's say you start off with a $50,000 trading account. On a $12,000 transaction cost, you're looking at 24% a year just to break even on your day trading account. Okay, let me repeat that once again, right? On a $50,000 account, if you have a $12,000 a year in transaction costs, you need 24% a year just to break even. Meaning you don't make a single cent after taking into account transaction costs. Okay, so this is why as a day trader, you need to find the lowest cost broker. Right? Because the lower your transaction costs, the faster, right, you can get to profitability. The higher your transaction costs, right, the more it will erode your edge. Point number three, you must have adequate capital size. It baffles me how traders think that they want to trade full-time on a $10,000 trading account. Doesn't make sense, right? They think that on a 10K account, if I make 5K a year, 5K a month, right, that's a 50% return a month. Do you think you can make 50% every single month? You must be dreaming, right? It doesn't work that way. You must have adequate capital, right, if you want to trade full-time, right? Let's say, you're a pretty good day trader. Let's say, for example, you do 50% a year. On a $10,000 account, that's $5,000 a year. It's not really even much to start with. Probably can't even survive, right, in most countries. But now let's say, you don't have a $10,000 account. Let's say you have a $100,000 account. Now that same 50% is now worth $50,000. Alright, and let's say instead of a 100K account, let's say you have a 500K account. Now 50% on a 500K account, that's $250,000 a year. So can you see how capital size plays a huge role in your trading career? This is like poker, right? The one at the table, the one who has the most number of chips, right? The highest dollar value of chips in front of him, that person, right, has an edge over the other players because he has a larger capital base. And it's the same for trading, right? The larger your capital base, the more money you can make, right? And the better your chance of survival. Again, assuming you have an edge in the markets, because you can see that the larger your capital base, right, the transaction cost will now become a smaller percentage, right, that eats into your return. Okay, so that's number three, right? You must have sufficient capital size. Number four, you need to cover at least 12 months of living expenses. That is, have that kind of money set aside. So let's say you need 3K a month to survive. Ideally, you want to have 36K a month set aside. That doesn't, come from your own trading account. Reason for this is that Market moves in cycle. Sometimes the market are favorable to you, you'll make money. But hey, when the market change, right, when your strategy doesn't adapt to it, right, that's where you go into a drawdown. And when you're in a drawdown, you lose money. And how do you survive? The last thing you want to do is to take money from your trading account to feed your livelihood. Because when you take out money from your trading account, you reduce the capital size, right? It makes it even more difficult to make money when you have a small amount of money to start with. So this is why, to help you with your own psychological mindset, you want to have a pool of money set aside that you know that, hey, no matter what happens over the next 3, 6, or 12 months, I know I'm covered. I don't have to touch the money from my own trading account. And that right, will help your trading psychology immensely. And number 5, opportunity cost. What do I mean by this? Let's say, you make $50,000 a year day trading. That's a pretty decent $50,000 a year. But you have to also take into account, right, the opportunity cost, right, of day trading. Let's say, you make 50K a year day trading, and maybe you trade 12 hours a day. Well, you could have, be working for someone else, working full-time, maybe 10 hours a day, and you could make $70,000 a year. So that is the opportunity cost to you as a day trader, right? The amount of money that you could have made elsewhere. And this is something that most traders don't think about, right? And something you should definitely consider. Okay, so with that said, right, I want you to think deeply about day trading for a living, right? What I've shared with you, right, is based on facts. The numbers don't lie. Okay, number 1, you must have an age. Number 2, transaction cost is a killer. Pay attention to it. Reduce it as much as possible. Number 3, you must have adequate capital size. The larger your capital base, right, the better, right, your survival. Number 4, have at least 12 months of living expenses covered. And number 5, always think about the opportunity cost, right, that you are potentially missing out as a day trader. So with that said, I have come towards the end of this episode. If you've enjoyed it, right, hit the thumbs up button and subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'll talk to you soon.